Hello everyone, ARG back with some more franchise Hockey Manager 8. How is everybody doing today? I am doing great actually. I just started a batch of spaghetti sauce that is going to be cooking in my house all day long. So it smells fantastic, makes me hungry. Hungry for some wins. Well, hungry period as well. So, um, last time that I did a stream, I actually became quite a big deal. I actually won the Stanley Cup. Oh, yeah. I'm the man. Alright, so I did win the cup with the Kings in my historical challenge, and I had the added challenge of using only players whose initials had A, R, or G, and I managed to win the cup, although I did have to trade Wayne Gretzky for that to happen. And at the end of that stream, I did mention that I was going to start a Ottawa Senators run in the current day. So it was a request that I got, so let's do this. Now, there won't be an added challenge this time with, initials or anything like that. I haven't played current day since the first or second version of the game, so we're talking like 6 or 7 years ago. So that's going to be an added challenge enough to kind of get back into having an actual salary cap and salary floor to manage and everything like that. So I'm going to consider that already an extra challenge for myself. So we're going to be playing with the Suns. The goal is to win the Stanley Cup. Now, reading on the forums and everything, I see that there's some people, I'm not going to say a lot because, people on the forums is only a small amount of people compared to the total amount of people that play the game, but there's some people that have expressed that there's really weird stuff going on in current day. Like, for example, Cale Makar seems to end up on waivers more often than he should, which should be, never. So we'll see if it becomes, game breaking to the point that I feel completely deflated because of stuff like that. Maybe I'm gonna stop. I don't know. That's not my intent. The intent is to win the Stanley Cup with the Senators. I'm not putting a timeline on it. It's hard enough to win nowadays. It's a lot harder to win nowadays than it was in the 90s. And yeah, so I guess I'm going to be putting my current day hockey knowledge to the task. So far, every single stream/video that I have produced was always, in that sweet spot of the, late 80s, 90s, start of the 2000s and everything, and I got to show my knowledge of the game back then, but now my knowledge is going to be put to the task with current day. Alright, so I don't know how far we're going to get today. Hey, Kel the Best, how are you? Yeah, current day. It's been a while. So I don't know how far I'm gonna get today, because I'm gonna put all of the leagues in, and even though I have a beast of a computer, it still takes a while to sim and everything. Well, compared to historical, in historical it's really fast. So we're gonna go ahead and see how far I can get today, and we'll see how I can get the Sens to glory. Maybe I'm gonna start by trading Josh Brown to kill the best Panthers back and get Huberto in exchange. Alright, let's get this thing started. Alright, we're gonna give it a name. Sens, there you go. I'm gonna use the current database, which means that I'm gonna have like Dylan Gambrell and Adam Gaudette on the Suns. I'm also gonna have the real injuries, like Colin White is gonna be out like for 7 years or something. So we're gonna go ahead and start with that. Hey, you just told me that you liked Josh Brown. I did not make this up. I can take a screenshot if I have to. I'm just gonna blur out the part where you said that you didn't want him back. So that's the fun stuff is, to wait for the loading and everything. Again, I have a really good computer, but yeah, so that's a lot of legal. I'm keeping everything. I mean, if I'm going to find a gem in Japan, I'm going to find a gem in Japan. I will not be playing in challenge mode. Not that I'm going to cheat or anything, but I'm not a fan of challenge mode. I'm not a fan of having certain restrictions that I don't necessarily want. Alright, so we're gonna go with my alter ego, of course. I'm not gonna put my real name in there. Alright, we're gonna start as a GM only again. That might change if I get tired of DJ Smith. Sorry. It's always the same challenge for me with my throat. So, where I live, just for as an example, yesterday it was 14 when I got up to go to work at 4:30 in the morning. When I left work at 2 in the afternoon, it was 56. So when there's huge gaps like that in weather and temperature, my throat is just impossible to deal with. Do I want to not be fired? Do I want to not be fired? Maybe that's the challenge. Maybe I need to... Yeah, I don't know. For the sake of the playthrough, let's make it that I cannot be fired, since the goal is to win the cup with the Suns. I like to randomize the starting scout bias as well. Maybe eventually I'm gonna do a run where I start unemployed and I can get fired and everything and try to work my way up and everything. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to tactics and roles and everything, so I find that it's a good way to start with as GM only until that kind of all sinks in. I did coach before. I just find it annoying. It's not because I don't understand it. I just find it annoying to have to stop all the time for day-to-day injuries and everything. It's yeah. Alright, so I'm going to be a negotiator, of course. If I ever make it as a coach, I'm gonna be an old defenseman. Yeah, and then I got tired of it, and I just said, screw that, I'm hiring a coach. Now, I will say, and I've said it on stream before, if they like tailor a mode where you can play as a coach only, kind of how they have it for out of the park baseball, where you can play as manager only. I would totally give that a shot. If that's all I focus on and that I have to use the players that I'm given by the GM and everything, I would totally take that as a challenge. But as it is, doing both is just too tedious for me, for my own taste. Plus, if I'm streaming, I find that it's kind of slowing down the pace. It's just my opinion. There's plenty of people that like to do the coaching as well, and more power to them. Alright, so first order is I'm going to look at my roster and I'm going to put a bunch of players on the trading block. And I'm going to go with pretty much real life. Like the players that in real life I wish would go away. On my beloved Suns, I'm gonna put on the trading block. For the start, I'm not going to be aggressively trying to trade anybody, at least not today. I'm gonna let stuff sink in a little bit and see what happens. When you play current day, I did cheat. I played a little bit of current day just to kind of get familiarized back a little bit. And holy crap, the computer puts a lot of players on waivers. So I think there's going to be a way for me to build the team a little bit without necessarily having to push for 1,000,000 trades. Man, I don't know why you're up at this time. When I was your age, I was sound asleep still at that time. Hey, but that all changed now that I get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work every day. I'm kind of an early bird, but when I was your age, yeah, I was sleeping by now. Well, I guess it's 10:45 where you live. But you've been talking to me a lot earlier. Man. Do you work? Still the beautiful life of zero responsibilities or so. Enjoy it while it lasts. That's really cool. What's gonna be your major? You told me that you've been accepted to a few schools. That's cool if your parents are able to, afford to have you go to school and be able to support you and everything. Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't have that luck. I had to work. Oh God. Are you trying to become the GM of the Suns or something? You better not trade Brady Kachuk. Or Drake Batterson. Before making a move like that, you better come and talk to me. Probably should have done that before starting. I guess I wanted to show that I'm not cheating. Oh, here we are. All right. Good. I I have won more Stanley Cups than, a lot of GMs in the league currently. All right. So I'm being welcomed as the GM of the Sens. And then that's the scouting. Okay, so first things first, I have some players that I need to put on injured reserve. Alright, and I believe that Crookshank should be in Belleville. Or not. I need to bring him to the hello. Alright, don't know where he went, but there you go. Well, there's studies that have been made that not everybody need the same amount of sleep. Like for me, I've always been at my best if I sleep around 6 hours. Like if I sleep the 8 hours that they say that you need and everything, I'm dragging all day, I'm tired and everything. If I sleep less than 6 hours, same thing. But like 6 hours, 6 hours and a half seems to be the sweet spot for me. So there's been studies that have been made that we do not all need the same amount of sleep. We're all different. Now, 2 hours seems to be not much, but I mean, you would know better than me, right? So. Where is Angus Crookshank? Like, he's like in limbo or something. That's so weird. Are we already facing a bug? There he is. Ah, we got him to show up finally. Show up for work, you lazy player. Alright. Oh, couple things too that I need to fix. This and this. I'm not gonna put Fog of War on. Maybe eventually, but not today. Alright, so that's fixed. Now there's something in here that I need to fix as well. I'm gonna let my assistant handle the finances. And the scouting. Oh, the bug with the cards? Yeah, it's weird. It's It's weird. It's like it's not reading the. It could be I'm just playing a stream. I'm just playing a stream of music that's like live, and I have my recording or streaming software on top of it, so I don't see what's playing. Alright, so I fixed those things. Now let's take a look at whom I am willing to part ways with. Now, oh, there he is. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the players that I actively want to trade. Oh, there's one more. Not a fan of him so far. Alright, oh, I missed one. Cannot forget about our friend Michael Del Zotto. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not a big fan of the Sens D. So I'm willing to part ways with quite a few of those. Alright, so in 11 days we're going to be playing against the Stars. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Did I do everything I wanted to do? Oh, let's take a look at free agents and who's on the block right off the bat. Alright, Taylor Beck. Yeah, not too interested in that. Yeah, I don't think I want any. Yeah, they have him as only a 3-star potential. That's very, very sad. Alright, so not really anything that I'm willing to get here. Now, what about the trading block? Seeing anybody that I'm going to be going for. Oh, Keith Yandel is on the block. I'm not gonna trade for him. He's 35. Makes no sense for where the Sens are at. All right, we're gonna start simming some days here. See what happens in the world. Now, the beauty about sim games like that is that once you play on the advanced day button once, it becomes a fictional universe from there. So who knows what's going to happen. Oh yeah, that's true. Yandel did play for the Panthers for a while. Almost sounds like so I work in IT, right? So it almost feels like what's happening is that there's different layout of cards for different time periods, and it almost looks like the game is not reading the file for your time period of cards properly. Is it happening in other time periods? Like if you play current day, are the cards fine? And I may move Brogan Rafferty. Alright. Yeah, it takes a lot longer to sim day to day than it does historical because there's all those leagues, right? So nothing happened. Now let's move on. Yeah, it has to do with that time period. It's not reading the file properly at that point, so that particular file might be corrupt or something. Um, did you buy the game through Steam? And there's been a trade already, so we are in a fictional world. So Boston traded Chris Wagner to Arizona for Connor Timmins. Not a huge trade. Chris Wagner is more of a defensive type of forward. Won't be lighting the lamp or anything. Did he play in Arizona before? I think it was in Anaheim that he did play. Yeah, it was in Anaheim that he played, not in Arizona. Okay. Did you try to uninstall the game and reinstalling it? Usually if you do that, it's going to keep your saved games. You're not going to lose that, but it's going to force reinstalling the system files. Alright, so we already saw a minor trade. Okay. Yeah, there's something with how the program is reading that file that's just not working properly on your computer. It could be a bunch of things, but at that point, I think it's the relationship between the software and the file itself. Short of knowing which file it is and deleting it so that the software forces it to reinstall and just that. I don't know. I don't know which file it is at that point. I don't know if it's all bundled together in one file or if, there's a separate file for each time period. Ridley Gregg got suspended. Now, Ridley Gregg. So, for those of you that are into advanced stats and everything, using advanced stats, there's models that can project what type of player a player is going to become. And with the trajectory of Ridley Gregg right now, with the way that he plays, the amount of points that he got after his draft year and everything, he's on the trajectory to become very, very, very close in play to Brad Marchand. No, I don't like Brad Marchand, but if he was on my team, I probably would like him a little bit more. So, is he going to become like that? I mean, it's just a projection, right? There's no way to tell for sure. But, all indication with the progress that he's made so far since his draft points into that direction. Alright, so Ridley Gregg got suspended. Hopefully he didn't lick somebody. Oh, there's a couple other things that I wanted to do now that I think about it. Alright, so how much is DJ Smith going to listen to the positions that I'm putting? That's another story at a point, but yeah. Let's move on. Oh yeah, I will. You're right. I forgot about that. They put Shabbat as the captain. I did forget about that. Thanks for reminding me. Alright, we're good here. So it's probably going to be tough for the first season. We're probably not going to win many games unless I can put my hands on a Nathan McKinnon or something. Local kid helps Borowiecki rediscovering scoring touch. I don't think that Borowiecki ever had a scoring touch. He's an incredible individual, really likable guy, and I didn't mind having him on the Sens at all. But having a scoring touch, I don't think is something that Borowiecki had. So I've read that before. That's not the first time I've seen that storyline. But basically, Borowiecki's helping a kid, and then he's telling him how to shoot, and then Borowiecki doesn't do what he says. And yeah. Alright. 4 days before we start preseason. I like what's considered two-way defenseman. My favorite player of all time in the NHL was Nick Lidstrom. And yeah, he was scoring points, but that guy was so sound defensively without throwing hits or anything like that. Yeah. Like just positioning, like the stick, all of that. Lidstrom was a phenomenal player. And from all accounts, he was a great human being as well, which makes it even better. But yeah, I like usually like a two-way player. Like, I was never the biggest fan of Erik Karlsson on my team. I mean, I liked him. I did. Yeah, he was a really fun player to watch. But aside from a couple seasons where he was really committing to defense, it was like... Alright, so Anaheim is shopping Danny O'Regan. Yeah, Ekblad is a pretty good player. I would consider Ekblad a two-way defenseman. So we're about to play, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recall everybody. I said I'm gonna recall everybody. Let me click on the right button. Thank you. Oh man, it's gonna take forever to recall all of those guys. Alright. Come and play, come and play. Oh, I can't do you. I guess I have to pay attention to the contract there. Dylan Hetherington. I didn't mind him too much when he was called up when we had 1 million players on COVID. He actually looked decent. Of course, he didn't play all that much. But I like Lassie Thompson. I think he's close to being ready to play full-time in the NHL. Plus, how can you not like a player whose first name is Lassie, right? I wish there was a way to just recall everybody that's on an Ottawa contract, like with one click instead of having to go one by one. It's been on my wish list for the last 3 years. Now, when the season starts, I'm going to be able to probably put my hands on an upgrade or two. Oh yeah, that's Jacob Bernard Docker. He's going to become pretty good. His potential is 4.5 star, not his current. He's not there yet. But yeah. Yeah, Jacob Bernard Docker is going to be pretty good, I think. But I think that Lassie Thompson is more ready. Like, he doesn't have as high a ceiling, but I think he's more ready to play in the NHL in real life than Bernard Docker is. Heck, if you can have Sanderson and him on the first pair and then Shabbat and Zub on the second pair, Zub is very underrated in this game. Zub is a very good defensive defenseman. He's very good at closing the gap and everything. He's very underrated. Alright, I've recalled everybody. I don't know why Thomas Chabot is the only player that's dressed, but yeah. Alright, one more click and then preseason starts. Oh, we have a trade proposal from the Ducks. Which of my players do you want, and what are you offering me? And can I turn that into a better trade? You're offering me Maxim Golod for Nikita Zaitsev. Oh, I'm ready to do anything to get rid of Zaitsev. Let's discuss that trade, see if I can figure something out here. I want to look at a specific age range, so I probably should. Yeah, I wish there was a better filter in here so that I could look at specific positions and everything. Maxim Golod. Yeah, their young players are all like super high in potential. They're gonna be too expensive for me to get. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, who do I want to grab? Or do I just make this trade 1-for-1? I'm afraid that I might not be at the floor if I trade Zaitsev. That's why I'm looking for that's why I'm looking for an NHL contract I could take. Probably not gonna accept this offer as is. Let's try it that way. Alright, first preseason game, we're gonna be playing in Dallas. Let's see here what kind of injuries they have. Kanpa is hurt, not gonna play. Everybody else is healthy, which doesn't help us. All right. Matt Murray is going to be in net for the Sens. Anton Khudobin is going to be in net for Dallas. So this Sens playthrough officially comes to life right now. And it starts with a 5-1 loss in preseason. Now keep in mind we don't have all of our best players playing. So we lost 5-1 in Dallas. We were outshot 42-20. Jamie Benn was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Miro Heiskanen was the second star with a goal. And Andrei Sekera was the third star with an assist. So let's see. Dallas scored twice in the first. Then they scored twice in the second. It was 4-0. Then Brady Tkachuk, the captain, scored from Chris Tierney and Thomas Chabot. Then Dallas scored. It was 5-1 after 2. And that's how it ended. 5-1 loss to start preseason. Not too worried about that. Although Connor Brown is hurt. Not a great start. Now let's see for how long he's hurt. 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, yeah, that's not the end of the world. I'm just gonna keep him on the lineup for now. Teuvo Teravainen has a strong game. He had a hat-trick in a preseason game against the Jets. Morgan Geekie has a great game. He had a hat-trick as well against the Lightning. And Kopitar has a good game as well. Dear God, 5 goals and an assist against Columbus. Sadly for Kopitar, this is preseason. That doesn't count. Adrian Kempe in that same game had a great game. He had 4 assists. And I am reminded of the salary cap. And the second game of preseason, we are going to be hosting the Montreal Canadiens. The team that I love so much. Alright, so the September scouting. Oh, according to my scouts, Shane Wright is dropping. Which is kind of what's happening in real life. He's not the consensus number 1 anymore. Like, he was like everybody was like number one, and now scouts are starting to be seeing other players, I guess. Alright, Montreal is going to be in town for this preseason game. They should have Carey Price. Oh, dear God. Oh, yeah, they have a lot of injuries. So, Carey Price, Ben Chirot, Joel Edmondson, Shea Weber, Paul Byron, and Mike Hoffman are all hurt for a while. Dear God. They have so many players that are unfit. What's going on? I understand Montreal is in Quebec, and in Quebec you have delicious poutine you can eat, but Kulak is unfit, Toffoli is unfit, Drouin is unfit, Pocket is unfit, Rem Pitlick is unfit. Dear God. Alright, let's play game number 2 of this preseason. Jake Allen is going to be in net for Montreal. We're going to go back with Matt Murray. And of course, go Sens. I forgot to say it for the first game. That's why we lost. Now we're going to win. Go Sens. Ouch. Another 5-1 loss. Alright. We were outshot 33-30 in this game. Mathieu Perreault was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Chris Weidman, former Ottawa Senator, was the second star with 2 assists. And Brendan Gallagher was a third star with a goal and an assist. We had 11,596 people in attendance for this game. Montreal scored first in the first period. Then we had a fight between Mark Kastelik and Xavier Simoneau. And then Maxence Guénette and Xavier Ouellet fought. Wow. So players trying to win a spot in the lineup. And in the second period, Montreal scored again. It was 2-0. Another fight between Brady Tkachuk and Xavier Ouellet again. Wow. Then in the third period, Brady Tkachuk scored from Drake Batterson and Josh Norris. Made it 2-1, made it a 1-goal game, but a minute 20 later, Montreal scored, and then they added 2 more after that. We lost 5-1. Roby Yarvanti improves at right wing. Cool. Alright, now we're moving to Pittsburgh to play a preseason game against the Penguins. Alright, great night for Gabriel Landeskog. He had a hat-trick against the Flames. Our top-selling jerseys are Matt Murray, Thomas Chabot, Anton Forsberg, Tyler Ennis, and Connor Brown. And in the NHL, we have nobody in the top 20. Patrice Bergeron sold the most. We have a trade proposal from the Capitals. And then I see that the Ducks have said no to my trade offer. I don't blame them. But I thought I was going to try. Alright, so the Capitals are offering me Brian Pino for Chris Tierney. I'm just going to say no to that. Not interested. Alright, so you cannot add that much salary to the payroll, but you're the one that offered me. Like, if anything, I took salary away from you to try to make it easier. You know what? You don't know what you're doing. Don't talk to me. Alright, we're in Pittsburgh now. So, they should have Crosby and Malkin hurt. If I remember correctly, they were both hurt to start the season. Yep. And then Zach Aston Reese as well. Alright. So in Sidney Crosby's absence, Brian Dumoulin is the captain, apparently. Alright. Mad Sogard is going to start for the Sens. Casey DeSmith is going to be in net for Pittsburgh. Go Sens! Let's get a first win in preseason now, shall we? Well, it's improvement. We lost. We lost 5-2. So we lost 5-1, 5-1, this time 5-2. So soon we're going to work our way to a 6-5 win. Alright, Pittsburgh outshot us 36-25. Chris Letang was the first star of the game. He had an assist. Jason Zucker was the second star with an assist. And Kasperi Kapanen was the third star with a goal. Oh, we actually opened up the scoring in that one. Thomas Chabot from Tyler Ennis and Adam got it. 1-0 Sens after one. Pittsburgh tied it in the second. Then in the third period, Pittsburgh took a 4-1 lead. Then Tim Stutzel scored on the power play from Thomas Chabot and Josh Norris. And then Pittsburgh added one more goal in an empty net, and that's a 5-2 loss today. Oh, Alex Formenton is hurt this time. How long is Formenton out for? Oh, sorry, it's still kind of morning here. Got up early, got my groceries, started to cook a batch of spaghetti sauce. It smells awesome. Oh dear God, Formenton is out for 6 months. Alright, so Formenton out for 6 months. That's not good. That means that he's getting stunted in his development, and we cannot use his speed on the PK. Philip Roenick has a memorable game. He had 4 assists against Vegas. And TJ Tynan has been put on the trading block by the Kings. Alright, so I have a huge hole in my lineup now. Now, thankfully, I should maybe be able to fix that through waivers here when the season starts. I think there's going to be quite a few players, so I might be able to pick somebody up. Usually I would be on the lookout for a defenseman, but I might need to get a forward. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, we're playing Dallas again. Oh, that's a weird preseason. The Sens would never have that kind of schedule in preseason. Look at us. We're going to be going out west to play in Seattle, Arizona, and then Seattle again. Wow. All right, one day off, and then we're hosting the Stars. Is that going to be our first preseason win? That'd be great. Oh, there's been a trade between the Jets and the Avalanche. Is it a good trade? Is it a big trade? Is it a shit trade? I don't know. That's a small trade. Alright, so Dominic Toninato is going to Colorado for Dylan Sikura. So yeah, not a huge trade. More than likely, those players are going to be in the American League. Alright, hosting Dallas. Let's see if we can beat them this time. Braden Oldby is going to be in net for Dallas. We're going to be sending Matt Murray. Go Sens! We won a game. It's preseason, but I'm still going to get excited because I can. I'm not that excited. Alright, so we doubled Dallas in shots, 42-21. Brady Tkachuk was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Joe Pavelski was the second star with a goal, and Drake Batterson was the third star with a goal and an assist. We had 12,492 people in attendance this time. Dallas scored first in the first period, then Zach Sanford tied the game on the power play from Adam Gaudette and Thomas Chabot. It was tied at 1 after 1. There was a fight between Jonathan Aspiro and Roop Ince as well in the first period. Then in the second, Nick Paul scored shorthanded from Brady Tkachuk and Jonathan Aspiro. 2-1 Sens after 2. Then in the third period, Dylan Gambrell scored from Brady Tkachuk and Drake Batterson. Then Dallas came to within one. And then Drake Batterson scored our fourth goal from Josh Norris and Lassie Thompson. 4-2 Sens, the victory here in preseason. Oh, Samuel Girard sidelined with a torn eye muscle in Colorado. He's out for 4 months. Good little defenseman, Samuel Girard. Of course, he's kind of playing in the shadow of Cale Makar, right? So you don't hear as much about Girard, but he's a nifty little player. All right, we're going to be in Seattle to play against the Kraken. Right, so the Kraken has a few injuries. Yanni Gourde, Colin Blackwell, and Callie Yarncroc. Alright. Oh, they're giving a tryout to Patrick Berglund. Alright, let's see if we can beat the expansion team. Oh, we don't have our best players playing, so maybe not. Matt Sogard in net for the Sens. Chris Dredger, former Ottawa Senator, is going to be in net for Seattle. Go, Sens, go. Oh, we won 4-3 in overtime. Look at us. We are on a winning streak. It is official. 2 wins. We outshot Seattle 41-27. Drake Batterson was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Jordan Eberle was the second star with 2 goals. And Tim Stützle was the third star with 2 goals. Seattle scored first in the first period. Then Tim Stützle scored from Drake Batterson and Adam Goddett. It was tied at 1 after 1. Then in the second period, Drake Batterson scored from Andrew Agozzino and Lassie Thompson. It was 2-1 Ottawa. Then Seattle tied the game, and then we took the lead again. Adam Goddett scored from Igor Sokolov and Thomas Chabot. 3-2 Sens after 2. In the third period, Seattle tied the game with 1:21 left to go in the third period. We went to overtime, where Tim Stützle was a hero from Michael Del Zotto. Whew. A little scary to have him playing in overtime, if you ask me, but hey, it worked out. Logan Shaw improves at right wing. Right, we have 2 preseason games left. Big game for William Nylander. He had a hat trick against the Jets. All right, Ridley Gregg is back from suspension. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick look at that. Now, when you play current day and that you don't have recalc on or anything like that, you actually get to see improvement for your players. Alright, so Merrilainen getting a little bit better. Ben Roger, okay. Espiro getting better, that's okay. Drake Batterson getting better, but it's at fighting and aggression. Not exactly where I would want his points to go to. Bernard Ducker, alright. Brandstrom, speed and passing, that's good. Ooh, Sokolov +3 in agility. Ooh, that's a huge jump. For a stat like agility, that's pretty good. Alright, Stutzel got better at acceleration, fighting, shooting range, that's good. Checking. Alright. I'm really happy with that +3 to agility to Sokolov. That can unlock some pretty cool roles for him. And he's a big body too, so that's really cool. Alright, season tickets. I don't really care. I don't really care about that either. Alright, so we sold what, the least amount of tickets probably. Yeah, looks like it. We even sold less tickets than the Arizona Coyotes. That's where you know that you're in trouble. Alright, speaking of Arizona, that's where we're playing our next game. Alright, Arizona as Shane Gostisbehere, Capobianco, Galchenyuk, and Phil Kessel. They're all hurt and not going to be in this game. Alright, Matt Murray in net for the Sens, Carter Hutton for the Coyotes. Of course, go Sens! And that's a 4-1 victory now. That's still preseason, but hey, this is a 3-game winning streak, folks. You know who doesn't have a 3-game winning streak this season, or even a 2-game winning streak this season in real life? I'll let you guess, because if I mention it, that means that I want to be mean, right? What team do I hate the most? Yeah, that's that team. Alright, Arizona outshot us 29-27 in that one. Sokolov first half of the game, a goal and an assist with his improved agility there. Josh Norris was the second star with a goal and an assist, and Dylan Gambrell was the third star with a goal and an assist. So Arizona scored first in the first period, and it was 1-0 Arizona after one. Then Sokolov scored short-handed from Josh Norris and Lassie Thompson to tie it at 1. Then Josh Norris scored from Sokolov and Eric Brandstrom, made it a 2-1 Ottawa, and then Drake Batterson from Dylan Gambrell and Brady Tkachuk. It was a 3-1 lead for the Sens after 2. And then in the third period, Dylan Gambrell added a goal in an empty net from Jacob Bernard Docker and Michael Del Zotto, and it was a 4-1 victory. Alright, Steven Stamkos has a good game. He had 4 assists against the Islanders, and Connor Brown is feeling better. That's good. I need him for the start of the season, especially since Alex Formanton is going to miss most of the season. I need my penalty killers to be there. Now the Sens are doing really good in real life lately on the penalty kill. Since January, we've been really good in that department. Alright, last preseason game, we are going to be playing against the Seattle Kraken again, in Seattle again. Mads Sogard is going to be in net for the Sens. Chris Dredger back in net for Seattle, of course. Go Sens. And we beat them again 2-1. So we finished preseason with 4 wins and 3 losses. I wish I could say that it's an indication of things to come, but I probably would be lying. Alright, so we outshot Seattle 35-24. Robbie Yarventi was the first star of the game. He had a goal. Ryan Donato was the second star with an assist. And Shane Pinto was the third star with an assist. Tim Stutzel opened up the scoring in the first from Shane Pinto and Drake Batterson. Then Robbie Yarventi from Adam Gaudette and Parker Kelly. 2-0 for the Sens after 1. Then in the second period, Seattle scored their goal. It was 2-1 Ottawa at that point, and of course, that was the final score. A 2-1 victory. All right, good game for Joshua Bloom, playing for Buffalo. He had a hat trick against Pittsburgh. Dynamic passing leads to productive night for Ivan Provorov, playing in Philadelphia, of course, 4 assists against Montreal. All right. Alright, that's the part where I'm going to go ahead and save the game. So just getting to this point took over an hour, so I'm going to stop here for today. So before the next stream, I'm going to tinker with my lineup and everything, make my demotions, and then we're going to see whom I'm going to try to snag as a waiver claim. I need help on D for sure, just like the Sens in real life, and I probably could use help at forward. Now, am I going to be able to cling to players? I don't know, but we'll see. So that's it for today, folks. So as usual, I want to thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this playthrough as the current day Sens as much as I am going to enjoy it. Well, I don't know yet that I'm going to enjoy it. I'm hoping I will. And of course, for those of you that are going to catch this on YouTube later, if you've liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you.